Done. Okay. Welcome to, this should be recording by now. All right, welcome to our Thursday noonish time power yoga class. You don't need anything specific. In fact, I really like teaching and practicing without any props, just because a lot of times using your body weight, using what you have already, even mats are not a requirement for yoga. So using what you have in yourself. If you have a wall next to you, you can always hold on for balance in some areas. But other than that, make sure you have a little bit of space to set up so you can feel at peace. Of course, it's hard to limit distractions at home, but if you can find just a quiet time, even if you only get through 15 minutes of this, that's great. So a little quiet space, somewhere where not too much distraction or clutter is going on, and come down to your yoga mat. We'll start in child's pose. It's a common pose to start in as it helps us get rid of some distractions and bring us down from all the crazy chaos of the day. So let's extend the hands, extended child's pose, forehead down towards the floor. And then start that deep breath in and out through the nose. You can add a constriction in the back of the throat as you inhale and exhale, creating an audible exhalation and inhale. It's called Ujjayi Pranayama, building heat and preparing for our class ahead, our practice. Use your breath as your guide for this practice. Always coming back to it. If it gets choppy, back off a bit. If your breath feels fine and your mind starts to wander, you know that that's a time where you might want to intensify or continue holding. Okay, from child's pose, take a big breath in, shifting your weight forward. Walk the hands so they're underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And we take a few cat and cow poses. Arch the back, look up. Round the back and look down. So as we start to warm up, it's fairly simple. Not too strenuous, just getting a feel for what our body's giving us today. Bring it back to more of a neutral position. Extend the left leg straight back. Just extend it, hold it. Shift weight forward into the hands, almost so that the shoulders are over the fingertips. What that's going to do is engage, allow for a little more engagement of your core. Extend the right hand forward. Take a deep breath in. Pull the elbow to the knee, exhale. Inhale, extend. Pull it in. You can even tuck the chin. One more. And do so very mindfully, noticing every movement your body is making. Extend it, pause. Bend the knee, that left knee. Try to press that heel up towards the ceiling while keeping that core, abs engaged and not turning the knee out at all. Reach back with that right hand. You may, without trying to tilt to the side, reach straight back, maybe bend the knee a little more. See if you can grab the ankle. Keeping everything engaged. Press the ankle into the hand. Lift that heart. Good. Release it. Extend both hand and foot to the front and back. And place it down. Hand and knee down. And switch sides. Right leg extends straight back. Shift your weight forward into the fingertips so you're pressing down and you see the whites appear on the fingers. Keep a little bend in that right elbow as you reach the left hand forward. Keep this straight line. Take a deep breath in. 3 times elbow to knee. Exhale. Long and slow exhale. Inhale, reach. Longer than you think. Exhale, pull in. We want to find the very end of each exhale and inhale. So can you find more as we reach here? And then less air and more exhale as you hug in. Extend and hold. Bend the right knee. Lift that right heel up, trying to touch the ceiling above. Bend the knee more. Keep the knee hugging in towards the midline of the body. Reach back with that left hand. You might or might not find the foot. Without finding it, we just lift here, reaching towards the foot. You've got the ankle, press the foot, the ankle into the hand, and look forward. Give yourself a smile every so often, and let that go. Reach long just to reset. Place the hands and the knee down. Sit back in child's pose once more just to release the pressure off of the wrists. We've got a little bit more core activation before we head to our sun salutations. So you can shake out the wrists a little bit, wiggle the fingers. Shift back to hands and knees. Let me try this. Hands under shoulders again, tuck the toes under, keeping the knees underneath the hips. Lift the knees about 1 inch off the floor and pause. You'll find more of a press. Protract the shoulders, lift the chest, press into the hands, and find the knees are no more than 1 inch off the floor, so don't lift them up. Just keep them hovering. Toes tucked under, like you're getting ready to pounce, but not quite. And then try this. Right knee hovers above the ground, left leg extends straight back. Now I'm not going to tell you to pick up your right hand. It's been a while since I've done this, so I'm going to stay here just with you to feel it. And then switch. Left knee hovering above the floor, extend the right leg straight back. Keep it lifted. Knee does not float higher than 1 inch. And then both knees hover above the floor, pause. Pause. This is the power part of our power yoga. And our transition will head into a short stance down dog. Straighten the legs a little, lift the hips up and back. You might walk the feet back or walk the hands forward. Downward facing dog. Relax out of that. Bend the knees a couple times. And then walk the feet forward to the top of the mat. Bending the knees, hang out, grab the elbows. So a little bend in the knees. Relax in the neck, the head, and sway from side to side. And bending those knees just a little bit, just to support your back. We're going to do some half lifts, grabbing those elbows and arms. Reach the elbows forward, half lift, lengthen, gaze beyond the forearms. Exhale, forward fold. Do that again, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Once more, inhale. Exhale down. Release the hands, bend the knees, and slowly roll yourself up to a standing pose, mountain pose. Roll those shoulders back. Step the feet closer together. Stand up tall, mountain pose. Not extended quite yet. Palms forward, shoulders back. Reach the hands up. Take an inhale. Connect the hands at the top and bring them down to your heart. A good place and time to set an intention for your practice, for your day, or just think about the type of energy and thoughts or attitude that you'd like to bring to this next few minutes together, and then leading up to the remainder of your day. And prepare to build strength. Let's take those hands down. As you inhale, reach up, scoop those hands up, connect the hands, and then open the arms, diving down, hinging at the hips. Lengthen the back, half lift, inhale. Exhale, plant the hands. Step back for the first one to plank pose. A strong plank pose, straight line from crown of the head to heels. Shift forward to tippy toes. Hug the elbows to the midline. As you lower, feel free to bend those knees if we're still building strength. Press the heart forward, upward facing dog. Pause here. Pause. You can look to your right, then look to your left. Just check out what's to the sides of you. Hopefully not getting distracted. We're checking it out. Look forward, press down into the hands, pull the belly up and in as the hips send back to downward dog. Take 2 deep breaths. You can bend the knees, look forward, step or jump to the top of the mat, trying to land as soft as you can. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Rising up, inhale, reach out, lift up. Right back down, exhale, forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, step or hop back, plank pose. Inhale, shift forward on the toes. Exhale, chaturanga. Up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. We'll move on from here. Taking those big toes together to touch, creating a nice triangle from hands to feet. Lift your right leg slowly up behind you. No speed here. We're going for power, and that means slow and controlled. Bend that right knee. Lift the left heel. And send that right knee forward as your body shifts forward, knee to nose. Hold it. More core strengthening here. Take your knee, the one that's towards your nose, to your right elbow and touch. Then to your left elbow, touch and tap. To the middle. Send it back, single leg down dog. Bend the knee and open up in that hip. Take 1 deep breath, lifting the knee, heel towards the left shoulder. Then straighten that leg again or level off the hips. Bring the knee forward to your nose. To your right elbow. Keep breathing slowly. To your left elbow. To your nose. Shift, hold, lift the heel higher. Look forward. Step between the hands. Back heel stays lifted, low lunge. In our low lunge, we take the fingertips and lift them just off the floor. Hips are lower than the shoulders. So we're not hiking up at all in the hips. Instead, we hug the heel, front heel, and back toes together. Fingertips only on the ground, gaze in front of the toes about 3 feet. Then open up the arms to the sides. Nice little airplane pose, airplane low lunge. And as we go through each of these poses, there's going to be progressions. So I just add more or a different variation, not harder, not easier, just a different way. So the next one could be lifting that front heel. Pause. Little waver is fine. Take 2 more breaths in a position that works for you. And take that heel down if you lifted it. Rise up for our crescent lunge. Pull the elbows back as you exhale, look up. Do that again, inhale, reach. Exhale, bend a little deeper as you pull the elbows back and down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbows back and down. Take the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, palms together, knuckles down, look up. Then lean forward once again. Bend the back leg, back knee. Shift forward and take off. If your head's by a wall, scooch back. Lift off so that back leg is lifted. Hands behind the back. Hinge forward. Up to not farther than a T position without this left hip opening. Engage through that leg by pressing the heel back. Squeeze the shoulders together. And steady your drishti or your gaze, your focal point. Now, I know we're already feeling it a lot in that right leg. I know I am. We're going to add one more challenge to really feel that right leg, is to bend that right knee about 1/3 of the way down. Now stay here and breathe. Bend the knee even deeper. 2/3 of the way down. 2 breaths. Step back into a lunge again. Reach up. Oh, the burn. Hands down to the floor. Step that right leg straight back, single leg plank pose. Shift forward to high up on the left toes. Exhale, chaturanga. Up dog, hold here. Floating on the left toes. Right leg's lifted. Feel those glutes. I know you feel the right side. Take the right toes and try to touch whatever's on the right side of you. Extend it out to the side. Pause. Keep the hips level. And then bring that right leg back and single leg down dog. Bend the knee and open up that hip. Last pose on this side. Shift forward, shoulders over the hips. Shoulders over the wrists. Step your right foot way back, like a kickstanded side plank. Reach that right arm up. Maybe reach it forward to the front of the mat as you tilt your hips, open the heart towards the sky. And then let's bring it back down. Right hand down to where your gaze goes. Lift that right leg. Place the foot down, down dog. Shift forward plank pose, chaturanga. Up dog, downward facing dog. Are you up for the second side? It's what we've got next. But first, hold. But first, we're gonna step or jump forward, bend the knees, step or hop to the top of the mat. Lightly, half lift. Forward fold, just get off the hands for a moment. Reach up, inhale. Back down, exhale. Half lift. Step or hop, back plank and pause. Take a breath in, shift forward. Chaturanga, gaze in front of your fingers, in front of your mat. Up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Slowly, toes together, neck and spine long. Extend that left leg, slowly rising the heel. Lift the right heel so you're on the ball of the right foot. Bend the left knee. Point or flex that left foot, it's up to you. Bring that left knee forward to the nose, shift forward, pause. Knee to left elbow. Knee to right elbow, touch it. Knee to the nose. Send it back, single leg down dog. Bend the knee and open up in that hip. Equal weight in both hands. And then we like to scooch over to one side. Let's keep it even and level through the shoulders. And then straighten that leg back up, level off the hips. Bend the knee again, knee to nose, shift forward, keep breathing. Knee to left elbow, touch it. Knee to right elbow. Knee to nose, look forward, flex the left foot, step between the hands. Weights off the hands now. You might wiggle the back foot a little farther back. Blocks are always optional, though I said at the beginning we don't need any kinds of props. So let's just get a little lighter on those fingertips. Work more into the legs. Squeeze everything to the center. So you're just barely brushing the floor with your hands. Low lunge turned into low lunge airplane. Open those arms out to the side. So squeezing the shoulders together, opening up the front of the body, the chest, shoulders. And remember that third option? Lifting the left heel. Can you keep those hips down low? Top of the left leg parallel to the floor. Your breath will be your guide. It will tell you how much variation you can add or not add to the poses. Can you be steady in this breath? Maintain this place. One more. Heel comes down, rise up, reach up. Shoulders over hips. Keep that front knee bent. Back leg straight, shoulders over hips. Let's pull those elbows back, do that 3 times. Exhale, look up. Inhale, reach up. Stay low in the legs. Exhale, pull back. Again, reach up. Exhale, pull back. Hands behind. Interlace the fingers, opposite thumb on top. Press the palms together. Look up, inhale. Lean forward. Get ready to take off. You ready? Bend the back knee. Lift off, straighten the leg. And you might start with a toe pretty close to the floor, or start that hinging process. The humble warrior 3. Saying hello to the fire being built in that left leg. Core strength helping you to stay stable and strong, even if you're on carpet like I am. Bend into that left knee about 1/3 of the way down. Keep pressing through that right foot. Left knee bends 2/3 of the way down. Your belly resting perhaps on your thigh. Two more breaths. I always say 2 more when it starts to get hard. Don't watch me. Step back slowly, gently. Release that reach up. Hands to the floor. Exhale. Step the left foot straight back. No sound. Step it back. Hold it. Lift that left leg a couple inches off the floor. Shift forward high on the right toes. Exhale, chaturanga. Up dog, pause. You're still on the right toes. Don't flip over them. Create a little space. Hips level, lowering the left side. Left leg out to the side, comes in. Lift through the core, lift up and away. Bend that knee. Open up in that hip. Relax a little bit. Whoa. The carpet's kind of slippery. All right, so optional flipped down dog, or sort of like a kickstand side plank. Shift your body forward. More weight in the right side. Drop that right heel to the ground on the blade of that foot. Left foot behind you. Gentle tap down. Lift that left arm. Feeling comfortable? Reach that left arm forward as the hips ascend to the sky. All right, left arm reaches straight up. Look down. Where does it go? Place on the ground. Lift the left leg and place it to the floor. Shift forward, plank pose. Chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. You're gonna take the knees down for a moment. Sit back in child's pose. We'll get off the hands for a little while for a sequence, but that doesn't mean it's getting any easier. We're gonna try to challenge ourselves. And our challenge really is to keep and maintain that breath. So let's shift it forward, coming onto the elbows. So now we're in elbows, palms down. Make this number 11. We're not connecting our hands together because when we do that, it allows our elbows start to flare more. We want the elbows in, palms down. So more hugging the elbows in, number 11. Extend the legs back for a forearm plank. Right? Yes, good. Now your elbows should be about distance with, if you were to grab your elbows, which in fact do that. You're gonna go back and forth to some elbow side planks. It's the core section in between our 2 standing sequences. So drop the heels over to the right side, lift that left arm up. When you do this, can you also lift the hips higher and lift the left leg? Left leg lift is an option, of course. And then lower back down, deep breath in. Left elbow replaces right, switch sides, open up other side. Can you lift the right leg? Switch sides. We'll go a little faster. Exhale, elbow down. Inhale, lift, reach. Exhale, down. Inhale, right side, lifts. Exhale, down. 2 more each side. And on this last one, let's do another one. Hold it. Pause. 3 deep breaths. 3, 2, 1. Switch. 3, 2, 1. Take it down. Hands back to that number 11. So we're going to try this. It's been a while since I've done this. If you walk your feet in a little bit, palms in front of you, make sure your head's not going to hit anything. You're going to shift from our dolphin pose to chaturanga. Plant the hands down, bend the knees, shift forward into your hands, elbows to your rib cage. Up dog. If you didn't get that, we'll do it next time. Downward facing dog. Good. Lift your right leg high. Gently step between the hands, bend the knees, step forward. Off the hands, back to our standing poses. Back heel spins down, heel and arch in a line. Reach up, and then reach open. Warrior 2. Right hand forward, left hand back. Gotta catch my breath. It's hard to talk through this sometimes. Thank you for following along. Press down through the pinky toe. Can we get a little bit lower? What that means is separating those legs a bit more. Hugging the heels together and extending the arms. A little bit of opposing forces there. Try it. Take a shoulder roll back and down. Close the eyes. Hold, breathe, squeeze. Good. Straighten that front leg. Turn the toes to the side. Switch sides. Do a sweep of the arms just to release. Lift up. Switch to the left side. Bend the left knee. Adjust as needed. Stack the shoulders over hips. Open arms, look to the left. Hold. Can you get lower, wider? Heels still pulling towards one another. Big shoulder roll. Straighten that left leg. Turn towards me. And take those toes out wide again, both to the right and left directions. Bend the knees. This is just for Jill, because you love yourself a good goddess pose. Goddess pose coming down, knees open wide. Open the arms. Nice little traditional goddess pose. Arms up to our 90-degree goal pose. Can we open up, shoulders, expand through the chest, trying to press the knees back at the same time, hands and elbows back too. Let's then wrap the right shoulder above the left, or left above right. We'll do both sides. Lift the elbows and press them away from you as you sink a little lower. Half eagle, half goddess. Good. Straighten those legs and turn the toes towards me or towards the sides. Hinge forward and lower into a forward fold. Elbows towards the ground. You can release just the hands though and reach to opposite knees or calves, folding forward. Good. Release the hands. Remember which one was on top, okay? Because we got to do this again. Rise up, bending those knees. Hands on the hip, lift up. We're going to do it again right away because I don't want us to forget what side. So again, turn the toes out. Strong, long legs. Bend the knees. Open the arms. Lower, sink, smile. Open, bend the elbows, press back. Really try to press back. Same with the knees. Use and turn on those glutes, as well as the shoulders, the back of the body, the upper back, rhomboids. Let's wrap up the arms. I did right above left last time, so I'll do left above right. Press the elbows more forward and lift them straight up. Nice stretch through the upper back. Can you get lower? You should feel the legs tomorrow after this practice. A little lower. Okay, straighten the leg, turn the toes towards me, towards the sides, fold forward. Same thing here, you can reach to opposite knees or calves or ankles. Okay, bending into the knees, release the hands, take them on your hips, rise back up. Let's turn the toes to the left, open the arms towards the back of your mat, okay? Reach long towards the back, left hand to the outside of that left foot, right hand does a nice slow circle down. Now we're in a low lunge, left foot is down, back heel lifts up, hands plant down, step that left foot straight back, single leg plank pose. Shift forward, chaturanga, up dog, downward facing dog, left leg is high. I'm gonna go right to the other side, bend that left knee, knee forward to the nose, step between the hands. Back heel spins down, heel and arch in a line, reach up, warrior one, right away to warrior two. Got a lined up stance here. Straighten that front leg, that left leg, the one facing the back of the room. Back foot comes in just a little bit. Hips slightly turned diagonal. Reach long to the left, left hand reaching. Place it anywhere down the leg. Ankle, foot, floor. Right arm high for triangle pose. And of course we have a couple progressions. You can take that right hand, we can keep it reaching, or extend it forward for a little more length through that right side. Not a long side body stretch, so you have both lengths through both sides. But just to find a little more leverage. And see what happens if you take that left hand and reach it forward, like you're holding onto a ball. Can you stay as low as you were with the hand down? Can you still look up? And separate those hands back to our regular triangle. Bend that front knee, lift up. Switch sides. Adjust, the hips are a little bit diagonal to the mat. Back heel farthest point from you. Open those arms, reach long. With your right hand comes down. Reach up, both hands up and down. And then try it, maybe that left hand extends forward. Perhaps both. This is making me sweat. All right, open both arms front, top to bottom again. Lift back up. Turn the toes once more to face me. Hands on the hips. Take a deep breath in. Forward fold, hands come down this time. So you've built up some strength. We have gotten pretty warm. And I will give you one variation here where if you are comfortable or want to try this, make sure you have some pillows or a crash pad. If you would like to take that head down, take the hands back, make a triangle, head down on the floor, elbows bent to 90 degrees, then the elbows, knees come onto the elbows or triceps, and we got this little tripod headstand. We don't have to go any farther than this. Let's try for a little bit of balance. If you are against a wall, that would be great to try this too.
The trick here is that the hands are back far, farther from the head, not in a straight line. You can maybe lift the knees an inch off the arms, or keep them grounded. You can also stay in that forward fold. If we tried that tripod headstand, bring your feet back to the ground, wide legs. Wide legs. Bent knees a little bit, hands on your hips. Rise up. I don't think I've ever taught that on a video before. Okay, let's take it back to warrior two, facing the front, bend the right knee. Reach long to that right side, hands come down, find the floor. Pick up the back heel, step back. You can go through that vinyasa, but because we did a headstand or option to do a headstand, we've got a child's pose for a moment. Knees come down, sit back, forehead down. All right, we're not quite complete yet. Shift it forward to hands and knees. Lower down to your belly. So if you come to plank pose or kneeling plank pose, let's do it slowly. If you're already on your belly, get back up. Come back to plank pose. Elbows face the back of the room, shift forward, lower down. Let's go 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and we're down. Nice job. Reach back, shoulders roll back, lift the heart, lift the legs. Activate those muscles in the back of your body. It's your core muscles in the back. Shoulders back. And then lower down. We'll do one leg at a time, bend the right, well, let's just lower down, take another breath here. I get too excited sometimes. Bend the right knee, reach back with the right hand. Keep the knee hugging in, same as when we were in the beginning on hands and knees. Left hand forward, lift up. Press the left foot into the floor, right foot into the hand. It's just a quick one, and back down, take a little break. Good, and reach back, find the left foot, bend the knee, hug the knee in, right hand forward, lift. And lower back down again. You can go opposite cheek to the ground or your hands. And last one, bending both knees. We can either reach for both feet, grab onto the feet, or stay with sort of what we did initially on our bellies. So if we grab both feet, toes maybe touching, or try to get them to touch, knees stay hip distance. Press into the hands and lift the heart and gaze. After all of our heat building and core strengthening, getting a few back bends in can be very refreshing, very cleansing too. Good. And lower back down. Hands under shoulders, elbows to the sky. Slide that heart forward, maybe press into the toes to shift forward to up dog. And then downward facing dog. Take the knees down, knees together, a little closer together this time. Child's pose to round through the back.
You can take the hands and reach them towards the heels or keep them extended, up to you. Right hands forward to help you press back up. Here's the deal. We're heading into, hold on. Okay, just saw a chat thing. We're heading into a challenge pose. It's called forearm stand or forearm balance, but we don't have to go all the way up into it. But we've spent some time opening up. We've spent some time working some upper body, lower body, and getting ourselves really warm for this. So it's our peak pose, if you want to call it that. We take our forearms down back to where we were before. If you do have a block or something about this width, it could even be a water bottle to put between your hands so that they don't start to creep together. It's a good idea. So you're pressing into the pinkies, heavy through the pinkies. Hands are this far apart, grabbing the elbows. Tuck the toes under, lift the hips. Back to dolphin pose. A great place to stay, right here. We can walk the feet a little more forward. See if we can get the hips over the shoulders. Look down in between the elbows. Press into the elbows nice and strong, like you're trying to lift your body away by pressing into the elbows. And then try this. Take one leg and lift it. That's it. Can you lift onto the opposite tippy toes? Switch sides. Other leg, lift it. Opposite tippy toes. And then take that down, pause. Knees come down. Lift up for a moment. So what we want to avoid when we get actually upside down is kicking into it. It wants, when we get into actually taking our entire feet off the ground, we want to do so very gently. So it's just a lift up. It's like like you float up rather than a kick. And to see the difference of that, if you bring a leg up and use momentum, you're going to get an arch in the back that shouldn't be there. Walking in, lift a leg more. It should just lift off. And then practicing just the split leg without opening in the hip, of course. When you open in the hip, you're gonna fall. So keep the hips, I have not done this in a while either. Keep the hips level, and you can try one or the other side. If you have a wall, you can place that behind you to get that fear out of the way. So if you walk in close, lift a leg, there it is, pause. Hug the elbows in and press the elbows into the ground. That's our forearm stand mini tutorial. Really is just a lot of practice. If you do end up falling out of this or finding yourself falling, make sure that you lift an elbow and turn. Lift your elbow, press into the ground. But try your best not to fall out of it. So what that means is don't open up in your hip. When you open up in the hip, it tilts you to the side. We want to stay linear, front to back. We're going to come down into child's pose after all of that. So when you're complete with a couple forearm stands or little hop ups without hopping. We head to our cool down process. Cool down's a little bit shorter for this kind of class. It's just the nature of it. Shift forward, plank, down dog. Find that down dog. We've done a lot on the legs, so let's get into our first hip opening or bigger hip opening pigeon pose. Right leg comes forward, turn that shin across, knee down, extend the leg with the heart. First, a little bit of upright position,
And then get comfortable as you fold forward, walk it down. There are other variations of this pose as well, on your back, seated. I'm going to take the version on my back because I'm experiencing knee pain. So you can stay where you are or switch it up. This is coming down out of our more strong poses, so more of a passive approach for the next 10 minutes or so. And then lifting back up onto your hands if you're kneeling. Tuck the back toes under, step back, give it a little shake out of that right side. And then take the left leg forward, second side. Upright for a moment, find some space, sit tall. And then walk the hands down. Get comfortable on the side, comfortably uncomfortable. All right, walking those hands back up. Let's take it back to that downward facing dog. Tuck the back toes. A little shake out of that left leg. Then we will jump through or sit through to a seated pose. Bend the knees, look forward. Jump, step, or sit through. Feet together, knees open wide, bound angle. It's gonna grab onto those feet. Sit tall. Open up the feet like you're reading a book. And exhale, press the elbows to the thighs as you hinge forward. All right, rising back up, take those knees together. We're gonna roll down to our back. Reach forward, hug in, tuck the chin, slowly roll down. When you get there, hug the knees in, rocking side to side. Massaging on that low back, tailbone area. Keep that right knee hugged in, extend the left leg forward. Give it a nice squeeze, and as you exhale, maybe lift up onto the left hip as you draw your right knee across the body. Right arm extended, shoulder down. I bring it back to the center, lift back onto the low back. Hug that knee in to reset the knee and the hip. And switch sides. Left knee in, hug it close, lift onto that right hip. Take that leg across. Extend and open. Left arm out, shoulder down.
And then take the leg back to the center. Lift up onto that low back. Make sure your spine is completely straight. Hug the left knee in. Both knees in. Rocking side to side. Take the feet. Take hold of the feet. Knees open to the side. Pulling the feet down. Happy baby pose. And we can't skip out on our best pose of the day. Shavasana is next. So after a little self-massage, a little rocking side to side, we rock ourselves into Shavasana. Extend the legs out in front of you. Let the feet fall open. Rest the hands by your side. And we'll spend about, 5 minutes or so here, just allowing yourself to acclimate and restore everything that you just took in. So let go any effort with the breath, the body, and holding on to any thoughts. Let that go. And be still for a few minutes. All right, we'll start to come out of Savasana by wiggling the fingers and toes and giving yourself a big stretch. Reach back and then roll to your side. Press back up to our seated position. All right, I think that was the first actual power class I've taught in a while. So just notice how your body feels. And to conclude, reach up. Connect the hands, seal it in, bring to your hearts. And sealing in that practice, bringing in the lessons on your mat to the world off of your mat. Thank you so much for joining. Have a super awesome rest of your day, and I'll see you soon. Namaste.
Thank you.
My legs hurt.